This has to be the most glorious kit reveal poster I have ever seen. The greatest, probably, since Jar Jar's. That's right, we've got the return of not only kit reveals, but also of meathead art. Let's do this. We've got the disguised clone trooper kit to look through. I mean, I'll be honest, guys, this is just beautiful. I didn't realize that the disguised clone trooper also just really likes to go to kids' birthday parties. Oh, I didn't realize that's actually quite dark. He's there to execute Order 66 on the kids. The younglings are not safe. That's fine though, right? Unit name, Disguised Clone Trooper. This guy is absolutely freaking nuts. The damage output that they're getting is insane. For a support, it's gonna be crazy, guys. Gonna be crazy. Key attributes then. Ruse, that's a new effect that he's going to be getting, triggers additional effects in abilities, such as being able to stun the enemy and dispel their buffs when using his basic ability, or inflict debuffs on certain enemies with his special ability. His Territory War Omnicron, clever ruse, makes it so that ruse no longer expires until the end of battle, and if any enemy is inflicted with Order 66 is defeated, Lord Vader and Darkside Clone Trooper allies all take a bonus turn, which is kind of wild because you're going to be spreading Order 66 really, really quickly. You kill one, you might just make a complete chain. The whole team gaining a bonus turn is insane. It's absolutely insane. Disguised Clone Trooper has very strong synergy with other Darkside Clone Troopers under Galactic Legend Lord Vader. Very good. Inspiration, Disguised Clone Trooper. Troopers were part of Order 66, gatekeeping the Jedi Temple for Jedi returning to Coruscant after the distress beacon was beckoning them back to be activated as a trap. Dressed in Jedi robes, Decoy Squad 5 would ambush the unsuspecting Jedi as they approached the temple. We wanted the Darkside Clone Troopers who were present at Operation Nightfall and had a different visual look than Apo or Nightfall Trooper have. They didn't just want a full team of clones, even though it's kind of what would have happened. Strategy tips. Prioritize your targets and aim for those that have Order 66, especially if they are Jedi or light side unaligned Force users, to take advantage of the massive damage he deals whilst attacking. That is the sweet part right there. Be aware when facing teams that can remove stealth, since much of his survivability and effectiveness comes from when he is stealthed. Be patient and wait for stacks of damage over time to build up before using his special ability, kind of just like Apo with his second special, as he deals additional damage for each stack of damage over time. His unique 2 grants him stealth if there are Galactic Republic enemies, and if he doesn't have ruse at the end of each of his turns, he gains stealth for 3 turns, so lots of access to stealth there. How do we require him? It's going to be on Tuesday next week, ladies and gentlemen. In 6 days time, I will be doing a giveaway for shards, so if you want to get your chance at winning some free CX2, not CX2, Disguised Clone Trooper shards, swing around my live stream next Tuesday, day of the release. Yes, he is required for Jedi Master Mace Windu at Relic 5. All of this era is required. That has been confirmed. I've never heard of these clone troopers. Did you make them up? They appeared in the novelization of Revenge of the Sith as well as the Lego Star Wars games, but the actual scene with them was left on the cutting room floor. Such a shame. Such a shame. All right, let's see it. Basic ability, Covert Assault. We do not have artwork for this, unfortunately, but there we have it. Deals special damage to the target enemy. If Disguised Clone Trooper has ruse, you stun them for 1 turn, which can't be evaded, nor can it be resisted. If the target enemy was already ability blocked or stunned, all allies are Lord Vader, Grand Moff Tarkin, and or Darkside Clone Troopers, dispel all buffs on them and inflict Order 66 for 2 turns, which can't be copied, dispelled, evaded, or resisted. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. Lord Vader is able to do ability block with his Unshackled Emotions when he's in Ultimate, and I'm sure we're probably going to have other... Yeah, we've got other access to stuns. I think we've got 2 other stuns on the Clone Trooper team already, so pretty darn good. This also doesn't have to be during his turn, so if he gets called to assist, he's still going to be doing all this good business as well. Pretty huge. Special 1, a well-executed ambush which has a cooldown of 3. Final text, deals special damage to all enemies and deal 10% more damage for each stack of damage over time on them. 20% if he has ruse, stacking to a maximum of 200%. It's just got a 200% modifier. Just does triple damage, essentially, if he's got ruse and they have got, 20 dots on them. All Darkside Clone Trooper allies are going to gain advantage for 2 turns. If the target enemy was light side, this is where it gets a little bit spicy, inflict them with heal immunity for 2 turns. Now, that can be resisted, can be evaded, all that sort of business, but that's fine. If Disguised Clone Trooper has Ruse, this heal immunity cannot be dispelled, resisted, and you inflict them with a stack of damage over time for 2 turns. So, if they're light side, they are getting that heal immunity and they cannot cleanse it, which is really useful. And an additional stack of damage over time means easier access to Order 66 as well. If they happen to be Galactic Republic, reduce their speed by 15 for 2 turns, and if Disguised Clone Trooper had Ruse, reduce their speed by another 15 and inflict them with a stack of damage over time for 2 turns. So if they happen to be Galactic Republic and Light Side, which of course they will, they're going to have undispellable, unavoidable heal immunity, reduce their speed by 30 for 2 turns, and give them damage over time. Wild. If they also happen to be a Jedi, it's over. We have the high ground, because we inflict them with offense down for 2 turns, and if you had Ruse, that offense down can't be dispelled or resisted, and they get another damage over time. So using this one special, you can put locked heal immunity, reduce their speed by 30, give them offense down, and they also get 3 stacks of damage over time. And we all know how damage over time benefits the Dark Side Clone Troopers. It's just going to be nutty. Unique one, a clever ruse. This is the Zeta and the omnicron. At the start of each of Disguised Clone Trooper's turns, if he was stealth, he recovers 15% health and protection and gains 20% turn meter, and ruse until the end of the turn. So starting stealth, recovery, turn meter, and you're gaining ruse, which of course gives lots of really good benefits, right? When Disguised Clone Trooper attacks, he loses stealth. So as soon as you use an ability, he's going to lose stealth. That probably applies to if he gets called to assist as well. At the start of each enemy's turn, if Disguised Clone Trooper has stealth, all other Dark Side Clone Trooper allies gain retribution until the end of that enemy's turn. That is so good. It's a shame it doesn't apply to him, because if it applies to him, he'd be able to do all those good juicy bonuses on his basic. But having Nightfall Trooper, having Apo and CX2 all have retribution, you do not want to be AoEing this team. They're all going to counterattack. That's really, really cool. And we'll see what Scorch does later. If the enemy was a Jedi, Disguised Clone Trooper gains Tenacity up until the end of that enemy's turn, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. Locked Tenacity up. You're not stunning him. You're not ability blocking. Like, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Alright, so while in Territory Wars, here's the Omnicron, Ruse no longer expires until the end of battle. That's very powerful, because he gets all those additional effects from Ruse. If an enemy is inflicted with Order 66 is defeated, Ally Lord Vader and Dark Side Clone Trooper allies take a bonus turn. I can't tell you how powerful that is. Having a whole team, as well as Galactic Legend Lord Vader, take a bonus turn after a kill, because they're going to have Order 66. With all this going on, they're having Order 66. This is going to be a nightmare team in Territory Wars. What does Ruse do? Triggers extra effects, okay? This is the really fun part. Now, if you're not impressed with the kit so far, this is where it gets really crazy, all right? Decoy Squad 5, Zeta ability. At the start of the encounter, Darkside Clone Trooper gains 30% offense, and if there was a Galactic Republic enemy, he gains stealth for 2 turns. All very good so far. At the end of each of his turns, if Darkside Clone Trooper didn't have Ruse, he gained stealth for 3 turns. Okay, we know stealth is useful. Zeta, if the target enemy had Order 66, Darkside Clone Trooper deals massive damage when attacking. If the target enemy, massive damage is 99,000 damage by the way, if the target enemy was Jedi or light side unaligned Force user, he deals an additional instance of massive damage per relic amplifier level. If you Relic 9 this guy, you're doing 900,000 damage when you do any attack against a Jedi or unaligned Force user that has got Order 66. 900, he is one-tapping people. This is going to make a huge change in the Nightfall era battle. You will actually be able to hurt the enemy instead of having to take thousands of turns. If you get them with Order 66, anytime you attack it and they've got that Order 66, he is going to deal... well, obviously, more relic levels, maximum of 900,000 damage, bonus damage. And it's, you know, massive damage is true damage. So it can be reduced by abilities that reduce incoming damage, like the Galactic Legend modifier reduces incoming damage by 30%, that sort of thing. But it can't be reduced by defense and that sort of thing. So having high levels of relics on this team is going to be absolutely flicking phenomenal. Even if you've got him at Relic 5, that's 500,000 damage essentially. As bonus damage. Absolutely flipping wild, tribe. Absolutely wild. This is definitely going to be the thing that changes, and it's going to be a mandatory Zeta for that Nightfall era battle, even though those era battles are not going to be around for like forever, and they're only going to come back occasionally, but still, huge value. All right, absolutely huge value. I really like the look of this kit. The only thing I'm a little bit concerned about Lord Vader and his new team so far is we don't have a tank. So I'm kind of hoping that Scorch plays that role just a little bit. But we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. I've said my piece around this amazing kit. How about you guys tell me what you think about the Skies Clone Trooper? And the most important part, what do you think about Meathead's art? Isn't it phenomenal? Absolutely fantastic. All right, guys, I will see you all in the very next video. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Peace out, and may the Force be with you.